The Strait of Hormuz, in every discussion of news, analysis, and war, creates an invisible pressure as soon as this name is mentioned. A narrow waterway, but on which the weight of the entire world's economy stands.
Every day, countless ships pass through this route, carrying oil and fuel, and with it, the future of the entire world. But the question is it just a route? Or is there something hidden inside it that we have not yet understood? Because, to be honest, there is much more to Hormuz than what we see.
It is not just a line on the map. It is a reality where nature, history, and the struggle for survival of people have come together to create a strange mystery. Imagine a place where the heat of the sun is so intense that noon means stopping. Hot air, dry soil, and fresh water are almost priceless. A place where survival is a challenge. Yet for thousands of years, many empires have come here. Merchants have crossed distant seas, and explorers have risked their lives. But why? What is there in this place that draws people here again and again? To find the answer to this question, you don't just have to see this place. You have to feel Hormuz. The first thing that catches your eye when you step on Hormuz Island is its strange colors. Red, yellow, orange, purple. The mountains are arranged in layers. It seems that nature itself has created a huge canvas. But behind this beauty, there is a history of millions of years. The heat of the volcano, the pressure of the sea, and the changes of time have created each layer of this island. These mountains are not just stones, they are signs of time. Each layer tells a story, sometimes of fire, sometimes of water, and sometimes of erosion. Standing in this place, it feels like you have come to a place outside the world. But hidden within this beauty is a difficult reality. Life here is not easy at all. The people of this island do not fight this harsh reality. They understand it because they know that it is not possible to change this environment. So they change themselves. Life here goes hand in hand with the heat. Work starts in the morning, it stops at noon, and it starts again in the evening. This rhythm helps them survive. Their houses are built in such a way that air can easily enter, and the heat is low. The walls are thick, the windows are small. Everything is built with absolute calculation. Nothing is unnecessary in this place. And this is where the real lesson of Hormuz is hidden. This place teaches you that survival is not just about having wealth. Survival is about knowing how to use what you have. Huge oil tankers pass by this island every day, so big that from a distance it looks like a floating city. These ships carry fuel for a large part of the world's economy. On one side is a multi-billion-dollar economy, and on the other side are small villages where people live their lives as they please. And these two realities coexist here. But their world is different. This contrast makes Hormuz even more unique. The sea here is also different. The temperature of this water is so high that corals cannot survive in such conditions in many places in the world. But here, they have also changed themselves. They have adapted to this environment for thousands of years. Those who could not have survived are lost, and those who have survived have become stronger. These corals are not only beautiful, they are life. Fish, fishermen, the entire coastal life depends on it. But this balance is now slowly breaking down. Pollution, oil, human pressure, all of this is weakening this delicate system. And when this balance is broken, its impact goes far and wide. Next to this sea, there is a strange forest where trees grow in salty water. Where normal trees cannot survive, these trees have created themselves differently. They absorb salt from their roots, and they release it through their leaves. This forest is not just a collection of trees, it is a birthplace. Numerous marine animals are born from here, Their entire food cycle begins from here. Losing this forest does not mean losing just one place, a complete loss of future. In the middle of all this stands the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow passage, but one whose importance is enormous for the entire world. This passage is so important that a small problem here means global impact. But the people here see all this differently. It is not a fear for them. It is life. They understand the sea. They understand the wind. They understand time. And this is where the real story begins. Because this place is not just a passage. It is a warning message. The world is changing, and only those who can adapt to this change will survive. And from here begins that side of the Strait of Hormuz that is not just a story of nature or people. Rather, it affects the entire world. Because this narrow waterway, as calm as it looks from the outside, is filled with tension inside. Every day, 20% of the world's oil is transported through this passage. This means that this passage is not just a sea passage, it is the lifeline of the entire world's economy. You may be sitting far away, but if something happens here, its impact will reach your life as well. That is why there is always an invisible pressure around the Strait of Hormuz. All the big and powerful countries keep an eye on this route. This place is so narrow that even huge oil tankers have to move very carefully. A small mistake can create a big crisis, and uncertainty is hidden in this caution. Because this place is very sensitive, not only economically, but also politically. Tension here means the risk of a global crisis. Yet the people here go about their lives. What is important to them is whether there will be fish today. What is the weather like? How will the day be spent? These two realities are global, and the local lives here together. This contrast makes Hormuz deeper. On the one hand, the world economy. On the other hand, the ordinary life of people. Time also moves slowly here. The environment forces people to slow down. Heat, wind, water, everything controls life. It is through this control that people find a rhythm. But the question remains, how long will this balance last? Because the world is changing. The temperature of the sea is rising, pollution is increasing, pressure is increasing. And the effects of this change are first seen in places where the balance is delicate. Hormuz is just such a place. Here, even small changes can have a big impact. If corals are destroyed, fish will decrease. If fish decrease, human life will change. If forests are destroyed, the entire food chain will be affected. This change happens slowly but surely. And at some point, it becomes clear. That is why Hormuz is not just a place, it is a warning message. It teaches us not only about strength, but also about the real way to survive by adapting. It is important not only to use, but also to preserve, because this world is a complex system where everything is connected to each other, and a small part of that system can affect the entire world. In the end, the question remains, are we understanding these signals, or are we still only seeing the surface? Because the world is changing slowly but surely, and those who can adapt to those changes will survive in the future.